you, Derek. So good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to a seated adaptive yoga practice. And so thank you for joining me today. And a special welcome to newcomers. And I'm so excited today that I've been invited to participate in the first virtual roadshow in a Soyuz, invited by the ConnecTra Society. And so, yeah, I just very much have been looking forward to it, excited. It feels like play and a wonderful opportunity. And so welcome to newcomers. And I also would like to, for those of you who have been regular students and may not be aware of the virtual roadshow in Soyuz today, you can ask questions in the chat. And so our tech persons are open and willing and happy to help. And so as always, I'd like to invite you to begin your yoga practice by finding a comfortable seated position. Soften your gaze. Root down through your sits bones. Soften through your abdomen. Lengthen up your spine, right up through to the crown of your head. Roll your shoulders up, back and down just a few times. And then on your next inhale, I'd like to invite you to join me in a practice of mindful movement. On your inhale, reach your arm up to the sky. Slowly float your arm down. So gentle movement, reaching up to the sky. Slowly float your arm down. Let's explore adding a gentle breath to the movement. On inhale, reaching your arm up, full length of your inhale. On exhale, float your arm down, the full length of your exhale. It's as if on our inhale, there's a beginning, a middle, and an end point. On exhale, a beginning, a middle, and an end. When you're ready, release both arms down by your side. Rest your hands on your thighs or your knees, and we'll practice the movement on the other side. So as you're ready, reach your arm up to the sky. Maybe turning your gaze up if that doesn't create tension in your neck, and then slowly float your arm down. A gentle movement, reaching your arm up to the sky, and slowly float your arm down. Adding a gentle breath to the movement. On inhale, reaching up, full length of your inhale. On exhale, float your arm down the full length of your exhale. It's as if on our inhale, there's a beginning, a middle, and an end point. On exhale, a beginning, a middle, and an end. Release both arms down by your sides. And this time, let's explore reaching both arms up to the sky. Take a look, pardon me, squeaky voice. Take a look between your palms if it doesn't create tension in your neck. And then return your gaze on the horizon. Fold your fingers in, press into the palms of your hands. There is a sensitive point in the palms of our hands, or it might be that you feel comfortable placing your hands on the back of your head. And so today I'm going to press my fingers into the palms of my hands. And together we can shout out, I am, I can, and I will. And with a sigh of relief, float your arms down by your side. Roll your shoulders up, back and down just a few times. Rest your hands on your lap, either palm up or palm down as desired. Take a moment, notice which feels better for you, resting your palms face up, or does it feel better to rest your palms face down? If you are feeling tired, explore resting your palms face up, open to receive. If you are feeling scattered, restless, palms face down can encourage a grounding sensation. Our Buddha belly is soft, breath is quiet. And then when you're ready, an invitation to bring a gentle awareness to your breath. Maybe noticing that as we inhale, things expand. On exhale, things contract. Notice, is your breath long? Is it smooth or is it jagged? And so now an invitation to place your hands in a triangle around your navel center, or maybe one hand on your Buddha belly, the other on your heart center. And we'll transition into a simple breathing exercise. The research shows can help with pain management and anxiety. And so maybe breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Or in through your nose and out through your mouth. Or if it feels better for you, breathing in and out through your mouth. If you're congested or you have an obstruction, breathe in whatever way you can. And so an invitation to begin to deepen your inhale and lengthen your exhale. When we lengthen our exhale, it is calming for our nervous system. And then see if you can begin to smooth out your breath. Your inhales and your exhales are about the same duration and quality. At any point, if you notice your mind gets distracted and wants to wander off, know that that's okay. That's the nature of our mind. Simply bring your awareness back to your breath. And now see if you can add a quality of softness to your breath. So you might imagine you just tasted something delicious. Or maybe that you're petting your fur friend. And see if you can bring some of that same softness to areas of your body that you feel are too tight or knotted. And so our breath is long and smooth and soft as we breathe in and as we breathe out. And just for a few more breaths, or as long as feels comfortable, I'd like to invite you to keep this simple breathing exercise going. And so speaking of fur friends, this just in, I have a rabbit, his name is Bobbie, and I think he needs a little bit of attention. So I'm going to invite him to the class. And so just continuing with your breathing exercise. Bobbie, come here. And so maybe later. So if you'd like, add a gentle swaying movement to your breath. And so there's something about this gentle movement that our nervous system likes. At any point, if you notice that your mind gets distracted and wants to wander off, an invitation to bring a gentle awareness to the sounds around you. So I can hear the ticking of the old clock in my living space. I can hear the sound of my breath. And maybe noticing the gentle tone of my voice, and in a loving way, bring your awareness back to your breath. Our old friend, our breath. And wherever you are in your breath cycle, let your breath come back to its natural rhythm. Your natural rhythm. Maybe observing the rise and fall of your chest and your belly. Drop your chin towards your heart. And then gradually blink your eyes. And so we are falling awake, not asleep. Falling awake, not asleep. Notice if you felt a subtle shift in your energy. When we practice mindful breathing, our breath, in a way, acts like a bridge between our body and our mind. And so at this time, I'd like to invite you to walk your hips forward in your chair, come forward about 2/3 of the way. If that works for you, otherwise maybe do a little bum dance. And so let's repose, making sure you're seated comfortably, effortlessly upright. Ground through your feet. Center ground through the soles of your feet. We want to keep our connection with Mother Nature. We tend to start losing that. Root down through your sits bones, maybe noticing where your bum and your thighs are in contact with your seat. Energy moving in two directions, lengthen from the tip of your tailbone all the way up through to the crown of your head. You might imagine you have a thread on top of your head and it's pulling you up to the sky. Roll your shoulders up, back and down just a few times. Tuck your chin in slightly to release the back of your neck. Then from here, I'd like to invite you to bring your hands together in prayer pose, if this is easy for you. And then on your next inhale, extend your arms up and out to the sides. So warming up our neck and shoulders. And then bring your hands back together at your heart center. Maybe it feels better, more grounding, to have your hands at your Buddha belly. And so inhale, arms come up and out to the sides. And then bringing our hands back together. And so on your next inhale, I'd like to invite you to extend beyond your wrists, your fingertips. And then making soft fists, bring your hands back together at your heart or your Buddha belly, tucking your chin in slightly. Inhale. And so your arms might be up a little higher or lower, depending on where you're at today. And so in your own time and rhythm, I'd like to invite you to keep this gentle heart opener flowing. And if you'd like, imagine the sun at your heart center. On your inhales, as you extend your arms up and away, imagine the rays of the sun, the radiant light of the sun, radiating out all around you. And then gather that light and bring it back inside. So it's a symbol of the light that's always inside us. Inhale. And now if you'd like to join me in sound, the practice of sound therapy, we can make a humming sound, like a bumblebee. If you'd rather listen, that's perfectly fine too. Inhale. So you might notice, and we make the bumblebee sound, which is Brahmari breath, a yoga practice it lengthens our exhales. One last time, if you like. Place one hand on your Buddha belly, the area between our navel and our pubic bone, the other on your heart center. And take a moment to maybe feel the rise and fall of your chest and your belly. An invitation to set a simple intention for your practice today. And set your intention with one word, and we'll revisit it at the end of the practice. Release your arms down by your sides, spiral your palms open, open up your armpits, and again, we fidgets. A little more vigorous this time. Now we can imagine that we're waving to each other, waving to our ancestors, even if you'd like, saying, good day. Oh. And so often in my classes, I like to share a piece of writing, maybe a quote. And so for today's practice, I'd like to quote Krishnamacharya, who lived to be 100 years old. So he's an old Indian dude. And he is thought of by many as the father of modern yoga and was very instrumental in yoga being introduced to the West. And so in honor of Krishnamacharya and the whole lineage and all my teachers, and thank you. And so his quote, and hugely has influenced, in fact, my decision to teach adaptive yoga. And it was, if you can breathe, you can do yoga. And so if you can breathe, you can do yoga. And so on that happy note, release your arms by your sides, spiral your palms open, open up your armpits. On inhale, reaching up into the mountain, up to the sky. Take a look between your palms. If it doesn't create tension in your neck, then return your gaze on the horizon. Fold your fingers into the palms of your hands, or maybe placing your hands on the back of your head. And this time, rather than I can, or I am, I can, I will, let's put a we in front of it. And so we are, we can, and we will. And with a sigh of relief, release your arms down by your side. Roll your shoulders up, back and down just a few times. Rest your hands on your thighs or knees. Palm up or down as desired. Tuck your chin in slightly to release the back of your neck. And from here, we'll transition into a gentle warm-up for our neck. And so let's begin with simple neck rolls. See if you can avoid the temptation to move your head to its full range of motion. And then move your head in the other direction. Soft Buddha belly, quiet breath. Bring your head back center. On your next inhale, looking up. And then drop your chin towards your chest. Breathing in, look up. And then drop your chin towards your chest. Inhale, look up. Drop your chin towards your chest. Bring your head back center. As you're ready, turn your gaze, looking over your shoulder. Pause, and then visualize or imagine that you're moving your chin up and down slightly. Move your head back through center, turn your gaze, looking over your other shoulder. Pause, and then visualize or imagine moving your chin up and down slightly. Imagination is powerful. Bring your head back center. Drop your ear towards your shoulder. If you'd like, and it's available to you, release your opposite arm down by your side, and then pushing through the palm of your hand, so wrist is flexed, reach your arm up to the sky. And then slowly float your arm down, bring your head back center. Palm comes face up at the heart center. So we'll repeat this movement 2 more times on this side. Drop your ear towards your shoulder. Release your opposite arm down by your side, pushing through the palm of your hand, reach your arm up to the sky. On inhale, let's meet back at center. Drop your ear towards your shoulder. Release your opposite arm down by your side, pushing through the palm of your hand, reach your arm up to the sky. So not forcing the movement, but allowing it to happen. Slowly release your arm down, head comes back to the midline, palm face up. So one last time in your own time and rhythm. And so I'm here for visual if you'd like. And finish up the movement that you're on if you haven't already. Release both your arms down by your side. Rest your hands on your thighs. Take a moment and we'll begin the movement on the other side. As you're ready, drop your ear towards your shoulder. Release your opposite arm down by your side, pushing through the palm of your hand, reach your arm up to the sky. Slowly, we'll meet back at center. Palm comes face up at the heart, head back to the midline. On exhale, drop your ear towards your shoulder. Release your opposite arm by your side, pushing through the palm of your hand, reach your arm up to the sky. And so avoid collapsing forward. And slowly float your arm down. So 2 more times, same side, drop your ear towards your shoulder, release your opposite arm by your side, pushing through the palm of your hand, reach your arm up to the sky, and slowly float your arm down. One last time in your own time and rhythm if you'd like. Gentle reminder, I am here with a visual for you if you'd like. Slowly finish up the movement that you're on. Release both arms down by your side. Rest your hands on your thighs and your lap. And take a moment to notice how is your breath. Notice any subtle sensations. So I'd be curious to know if any of you experienced a numbness, sensation, feeling. And so moving on, let's roll our shoulders up, back and down. And then reverse the direction, so maybe forward, down, and back. And then an invitation to explore up, back, and down, alternating. So I'd like you to imagine that your arms are like seaweed. So seaweed at the bottom of the ocean. And the seaweed is making its way up towards the light. And so in your own time and rhythm, so we all have our own rhythm, stretch into the stretch. Get bigger in space. We tend to shrink. So now we're getting into the deeper tissue in our body, the connective tissue. Oh. Stretch into the stretch. Bring a gentle awareness to where your body's talking to you, and then an invitation to send your breath there. So our breath, very much a part of our life force. And then moving on and maybe noticing where it feels like there's so much, not so much energy moving through. Send your breath there. So our prana, life force. And then finish up wherever your body's still talking to you. And then slowly come back to stillness. Rest your hands on your lap. And then let your breath settle. Noticing any subtle sensations. Trust that the sensations are there. It's not going to be a rocket ship across the sky. The yoga, in a way, happens between the poses and the movements. Notice how you feel. And so this might be a nice time to segue into sharing a little piece of writing that I was wanting to read for you today, hopefully to inspire. And so it's by Thich Nhat Hanh. And it reads, feelings come and go like clouds in a windy sky. Conscious breathing is my anchor. So I'll read it one more time. Feelings come and go like clouds in a windy sky. Conscious breathing is my anchor. And so moving on, repose. So you might walk your hips forward in the chair a little and then back, maybe even shifting your weight from side to side, pull the buttock flesh away from your sits bones. Making sure that you're sitting comfortably, effortlessly upright. And so from here, I'd like to invite you to reach your arms out in front of you, open to receive, stretch your palms, and then take your fingertips to your shoulders and stretch your palms, fingertips to our shoulders, and stretch the palms, fingertips to our shoulders, and then maybe alternating from side to side. So our Buddha belly is soft, breath is quiet. Release your arms by your sides, spiral your palms open, take your fingertips up to your shoulders, wherever you can reach comfortably. And then I'd like you to imagine that you're drawing circles on the screen in front of you. So you might be alternating. And so see if you can create a little half smile, like a little Buddha smile. And so when we smile, it releases saliva. So we want a nice juicy mouth and juicy body. So we all know what it's like to go to the dentist. And then reverse the direction. And slowly come out of the movement. Release your arms down by your side. Rest your hands on your lap and let your breath settle. And so if anything I share with you today does not feel comfortable, if it doesn't feel right, skip it. Come back to your breath. If we are focused on our breath, we are practicing yoga. If you experience dizziness, nausea, come out of the pose or the movement, particularly with the neck movements. If you experience dizziness, it might be that there's something that you need to get checked out. And so feel free, of course, to leave the space, the class, anytime you'd like. To take care of yourself and to come back or not. And so moving on, I'd like to transition into a practice called finding our balance. And so balance, the equal distribution of presence throughout our entire body. Balance, the equal distribution of presence throughout our entire body. And so when you're ready, make sure your feet are placed evenly on the floor on your foot plates. Sits bones are sharp on the chair. And so we are going to be coming into a forward fold. Make sure that you have whatever you need to keep yourself stable in your chair. So a lap belt or a chest strap, whatever that might be for the movements today. Making sure that if balance is a challenge, that you have what you need. And so on that happy note, hinging from the hips, rock forward. So come forward with a flat back. So lead with your heart, not your head. And then rock back up. So gentle movement, rocking forwards. Noticing that when sometimes we come into a forward fold, our chin wants to jut forward. You tuck your chin in slightly. And so in your own time and rhythm, I'd like to invite you to keep this gentle movement flowing. And it can be interesting sometimes to close our eyes as we practice these movements. We'll finish up the movement that you're on, pressing down through your inner heels. You might want to place one hand on each near thigh, lift from your chest. Release your arms by your side, then rest your hands on your lap. And notice how's your breath. So I see a few thumbs up, one thumb up. And some smiles, so I'm able to see some of you, which is lovely. And certainly feel connected to everyone. And so let's begin to move into what I call stirring the pot. And so with your hands resting in your hip creases, wherever feels comfortable for you, let's begin to circle forward. And then circle back. So you're pressing your lower back towards the back of the chair. And so this gentle movement can feel a little strange if you're not accustomed to it. And so an invitation to trust your body's wisdom and to move in a way that feels comfortable for you. And take a pause anytime you'd like and come back into the movement or not. And then as you're ready, begin to move in the other direction. As you begin to feel your hips and lower back soften and release, see if you can go a little bit deeper. So moving your shoulders towards your knees. Of course, we're not going to come all the way down. Bring a gentle awareness to the space in front of you. The space beside you. Bring your awareness to the space above you, and especially to the space behind you. And an invitation to trust that we are being supported. And slowly come out of the movement. Release your arms by your side and take a moment to let your breath come back to its natural rhythm. And so moving on, I'd like you to bring your beautiful hands together. Rub your palms vigorously. Energize your hands. Warm up your hands. And so our hands are connected not only to our heart, but there's evidence now that shows that our hands are connected to our mind as well. And so please don't take my word for it. Investigate. Notice how you feel as we move into this next practice. And so take your hand across. Place your hand on your shoulder wherever you can reach comfortably. Maybe it feels okay to bring your hand up to the bottom of your ear and then tap from your ear down to your shoulder. So body tapping. And then reach back and give yourself a pat on the back. And then tap down along your arm, your hand. And then turn your palm face up and tap up. So if you're blessed with a yoga buddy today, this can be a lovely practice to share with someone. And then when you're ready, reach across the other side. Take your hand up to your shoulder, maybe to the bottom of your ear, and tap down. If the tapping's a little too intense, we visualize the movement or massage lightly. And then reach back, give yourself a pat on the back. And then tap down along your arm. Turn your palm face up, tap up. And then when you're ready, an invitation to, if you happen to have your hair tied back right now, I do, to take it out of the elastic. And so bring your fingertips to the back of your neck and tap. So if you have a partner, yoga buddy, can do this practice with you. Set an intention for the person that you're, I like to think of it as play, of loving kindness. And then bring your fingertips up to the crown of your head and tapping lightly. And you can shout out or whisper if you like, wake up, brain. Wake up, brain. And then as if you're shampooing your hair, massage your scalp. So Indian head massage. And then smooth out your hair. Bring your fingertips to your face if you like, tapping lightly. Maybe bringing your fingers up to the tops of your ears and then twiggle from the tops of your ears down to your earlobes and then tug on your earlobes a few times. So lots of acupressure points along our ears, tapping, or not tapping, but twiggling and then tug. And then moving on, tap your upper chest in the center. There's a thymus gland here. So tapping in this area can be calming for our nervous system. And so I notice some of you yawning, so not picking on anyone. So when we yawn, it means that our nervous system's becoming more balanced. Not an easy place to get to. So we don't want to tap for too long in this area. So moving on, and lean back in your chair if you want, and massage your Buddha belly. So massaging our liver. Soft Buddha belly. Massaging our stomach. Hinging from the hips a little, come forward and maybe massaging your lower back. You can imagine that I'm massaging your lower back. And then reaching up a little higher, if possible, massaging your kidneys and adrenal glands. And then sitting up tall. You press one hand down and then sweep your hands forward. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. And when you're ready, let's sweep across our thighs, maybe coming to our knees. You can come forward comfortably. Sweeping down along your shins. Maybe you're able to reach your feet. If you can reach your feet, pull up your toes, and just below the middle of your toes, there's a marma point there, a sensitive point there. Put a little pressure and then sweep back up. So of course, if you have high or low blood pressure, you don't want to have your head lower than your heart. So just coming to wherever it feels comfortable for you. One more time. And then come on back up. Sitting comfortably. Place your hands so they're just a few inches apart in front of you. And it's okay to rest your hands on your lap if you'd like. Soften your gaze, so you might look down at the earth or the floor 3 or 4 feet in front of you. Maybe closing your eyes softly if that feels comfortable. And notice any subtle sensations. And then if you'd like, maybe on an inhale, moving your arms apart, expanding, noticing that as we inhale, things expand. Bring your hands closer together. On exhale, things contract. Inhale, reaching out to the side a little. Turn your palms face up. On inhale, reaching up to the sky. Noticing a lightness. And then palms face down, a grounding sensation. Spiral your palms open. Inhale, reaching up to the sky. Maybe if you'd like, bring your hands into prayer down through the heart. Release your arms by your sides. Spiral your palms open. Soft bending your elbows, nothing rigid. So maybe bending your elbows, bring your hands into prayer. Maybe it feels okay to reach up, arms closer to your ears. Maybe our hands come together in prayer down through the heart. So bowing our head to our heart, gives our neck a little nerve flossing. And one last time. Arms by your sides, spiral your palms open. On inhale, reaching up to the sky. Maybe our hands come together in prayer down through the heart. As you're ready, hinging from the hips, rock forward. Take hold of the sides of the chair for stability. Maybe walking your feet forward a little for stability, if that helps. Press down through your inner heels. Place one hand on each near thigh. And then coming into Cobra, lift your chest, shoulders back and down, looking up. When you're ready, round your back. As you round your back, draw your belly in towards your spine, chin in towards your chest. So one more time, little cat and cow movement. Drawing your hands in towards your hip creases. Arch your back, looking up. Be careful not to throw your head back. On exhale, round your back. As you round your back, you'll notice that your belly button naturally contracts in towards your spine. On inhale, come back to a neutral spine. Bring your hands together in prayer, if this is easy for you, or maybe placing your hands on your Buddha belly. Inhale, reach your arms up into mountain pose. Maybe our hands come together in prayer down through the heart. Gently twist to the left. I will mirror you. Resist the temptation to move your head to its full range of motion. Let's meet back at center. Gently twist to the right. Come back center as you're ready. Release your arms by your side. Spiral your palms open. On inhale, reaching up into mountain pose. Maybe our hands come together in prayer down through the left heart. On exhale, hug your left knee in towards your chest or belly, and place your hands behind your thighs, pardon me. Hug your knee in towards your chest and belly. And it's okay to lean back in your chair. Or it might be that you're floating your hands over your knee. So you choose. This is your yoga practice. So reaching up to the sky, mountain pose. Maybe our hands come together in prayer down through the heart. Hug your right knee in towards your chest and belly if that's available to you and you would like. Clasp your hands behind your thigh. It's okay to lean back in your chair, or an alternative would be to float your hands, turn your torso in that direction, float your hands down over your knee. And so release. Arms by our side, come up into mountain pose. Imagine that beautiful mountain. Ground through your feet, sits bones sharp on the chair. Lengthen. Stand beyond your wrists, your fingertips. Hands come together in prayer down through. Place one hand on your Buddha belly, the other on your heart center. And come down off the mountain. Take a rest. Come seated back in your chair in preparation for a short guided meditation and your final relaxation. Make sure you have what you need to set yourself up comfortably. And so I sometimes like to have a blanket on my thighs. If you have a fur friend, feel free to invite your pets. Here we are practicing at home. And so my bunny rabbit Evie is settled in the corner now. He was a bit restless a little bit earlier. And so a little bit of weight on our thighs can encourage a grounding sensation, can also help with fatigue. That said, of course, this doesn't work for everyone. So it might be a pillow, whatever feels comfortable for you. And so let's roll our shoulders back and down just a few times. Tuck your chin in slightly to release the back of your neck. Rest your hands on your thighs. And so I'd like to explore a hand gesture with you today, a mudra. And so mudras, hand gestures, were created to help us focus our mind. So the sounds that we use, for example, bumblebee breath, helps to lengthen our breath, and the hand gestures help us to focus our mind. And so the mudra today is Yana Mudra. And so I'll deconstruct it a little bit. So I'd like to invite you to bring all your fingertips pressing into your thumbs. And you can have rest your palms face up or down. And then draw your hands in towards your hip creases. And then an invitation to extend, pardon me, keeping your index fingers, the tips of your index fingers pressing into your thumbs, extend your other three fingers. If this hand gesture works for you, wonderful. If it doesn't, choose another placement for your hands. And so an invitation to think of when our hands come into a mudra as a symbol of connecting with your higher self or your higher power. And then look down and into your heart. See what you can see. And then imagine that you are breathing into your heart. The meditation today is by Thich Nhat Hanh. Breathing in, I know that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know that I'm breathing out. As my in-breath grows deep, my out-breath grows slow. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I feel ease. Breathing in, I smile. Breathing out, I release. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment. We'll sit together and breathe together for a few moments. Breathing, as a friend of mine would say. Come into whatever seated, comfortable position you'd like for your final relaxation. And maybe, actually, I think I might turn the lights down just a little bit for this piece. Close your eyes softly if that feels comfortable for you, or soften your gaze. If you are wearing glasses, you might want to remove them. Place them aside. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down just a few times. So we're not scrunching our shoulder blades together, but allowing your shoulders to soften away from our ears. Our Buddha belly is soft, the area between our navel and our pubic bone. Soft palms, soft Buddha belly. Relax your jaw and clench your teeth. Let there be a little space between your teeth. Soften your lower jaw. Soften around your temples. Soften the area between your eyebrows. Wide forehead. Silently, if you'd like, on inhale or in a whisper, saying let. On exhale, go. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. If it's challenging to quiet the mind, sometimes placing our hands on our Buddha belly and bringing our awareness to our breath can be helpful. Without changing anything, bring your awareness back to your breath. Thank your body. Thank your body again. Our bodies are the best home our mind will ever have. And now see if you can begin to deepen your inhale, lengthen your exhale. Wiggle your fingers and toes, hands and feet, waking up. Rub the tips of your fingers with your thumbs if you'd like. And then come on up seated comfortably to finish up your yoga practice. So I mentioned Evie earlier, my rabbit. So I thought, better introduce him so you know he's the real thing. This is Evie. And so,
hi, Evie.
Easter Bunny or Elvis Brown.
I look forward to holding Evie one day.
Oh, for sure. He's a little snuggle bunny. So questions or feedback, always love to hear from you. Notice how you feel before and after the practice. And yeah, thank you, ConnecTra and the Disability Foundation and everyone who participates in the class. And thank you to Derek, my tech host, who's awesome. And yeah, blessings and enjoy this amazing day. Thank you.
Well,